Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Brahma Mir Striparan Takare. Banu Shashi Bhumi Sito. Buddha Shah Guru Shah Shukra. Shani Rahu Keteva. Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu. Om. Om Hrim Buddhaya Namaha. Om Hrim Brisapatiye Namaha. Om Hrim Shukraya Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat. Well, greetings and welcome to KozmicKev100. This one is for May 12th, 2023. And looking at the sky today, I would see the moon. Now it's waning. And it's in the lunar mansion known as Dynista. Now Dynista is ruled by Mars, and Dynista straddles both Capricorn and Aquarius in the sidereal zodiac. So if you're looking at the constellation right between Capricorn and Aquarius, that's where the moon is at today in the sidereal tropical zodiac. It's the more astronomically correct position for it. Dynista is ruled by Mars, and in Jyotish and the sidereal zodiac, all the half air, half earth sign nakshatras or lunar mansions are ruled by Mars. And before I go any further in this, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to express yourself in your comments, like Shant very regularly expresses it. Thank you, Shant. I want to say thank you to Valerie. Thank you to Namrita, one of our more recent viewers. Thank you for being there. For Word, who's been following me for quite a while, thank you for being there. All of you who are participating, watching this, subscribing, and even sharing it on your social media platform, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. So Dynista is said to be ruled by Lord Shiva in some ways, and it's also about expressing your own individual will, having leadership abilities, and it also has musical abilities. Sometimes it's the dancing Shiva. One of the symbols is a drum. Another one could be a flute. Both of these instruments require air to go through them in order to make noise. So that's why we've got this musical connotation with Dynista, and I bet a lot of you are checking out some music. I'll be in Mexico today, and I'm probably checking out music today too. Or playing it myself. And this is good. This is a good time for all of us. Tomorrow the moon will be in Shadabishak, and so in Western astrology we'd say we've got a moon in Aquarius today. In sidereal Vedic astrology, well, we've got ourselves, I think we've got a moon in Aquarius actually in both systems today, and so for most of the day. So we're really focusing on our social life, our relationships, and because Aquarius is Saturn ruled, there's some limits. Sometimes things can get kind of rough at times. Sometimes people aren't always that courteous. A lot of times our ego wants us to show our brilliance. We want to show that we're smarter than other people. We get rewarded for that in school. But at times it can come off as hurtful, it can come off as dismissive, it can come off as just pure ego. And when we're engaged in pure ego, I mean, one person was commenting recently on this political candidate that had this long legacy of progressive politics in his family, and fortunately a long legacy of people being assassinated as well. And they could see only one thing, that this candidate questions the validity of Big Pharma's influence in some of the medicines that they're prescribing to people. And that became the only thing to think about this person, according to legacy media. And I thought that was really interesting, because this is somebody who's an environmental lawyer. Has some really practical solutions to our overspending in foreign wars, and wants to uplift Americans had been left out of the equation on the bottom and bring us home and make us a strong and vital economic country again, which certainly hasn't really been happening in the last couple of years due to a number of really unfortunate things that many of us are aware of, and a lot of us are becoming more aware of as we look at it. When you only ascribe to being conservative or only ascribe to being liberal, you put yourself in a ghetto, basically, where you're not being inclusive of other people's points of view. And so, how's that working for you? I mean, you're happy because you feel safe in a group. That's really all that comes down to. But when we're able to be a little more courageous, a little more flexible, that's where real inclusivity is. It's not that, oh, but I am the group that's inclusive, therefore I am absolved of all my sins. It's not really like that. Because when you use discriminating language and dismissive language towards somebody because of their color or gender, even if they appear to be more privileged, and I want to really emphasize that word appear, because I think it's mostly like maybe like 0.5% of people of that more privileged gender and nationality or complexion that receive the majority of benefits. I do agree that there is an implicit bias sometimes, but that's going away rapidly, especially with the emergence of a less freedom-loving group of people that sometimes refer to themselves as liberal. That's really strange. I mean, having this larger, broader knowledge of history and where we've been and where we're going. It's actually really dangerous when we stop free speech, you know. And so just as I go through the horoscope this week, and Aquarius being all about justice this weekend and things like that, let's just like broaden ourselves and say, hey, it's okay. You don't know who's going to help you. And in the words of Bob Marley, famous Aquarian, your best enemy could be your worst friend. I mean, your worst friend could be your best friend could be your worst enemy, and your worst enemy could be your best friend. That's it. Oh boy. That's Mercury retrograde for you. Mercury retrograde's ending, folks, this week, so we can take a breather and a sigh of relief. Mercury goes direct on the 14th at 8:17 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so the 14th, that's Sunday night. So this work week coming up, everything should just be functioning a lot smoother, with a lot more grace and a lot more integrity. Happiness. We need that happiness. We need that healing. Another thing that's happening this week in the tropical zodiac is we have Jupiter going into Taurus on the 17th. So that happens, I believe, right? So or actually on the 16th, the morning, Tuesday morning at 10:20 a.m., Jupiter goes into Taurus. So I think that, you know, in a sense of like earthiness and the love of the earth, help is on its way, folks. Help is on its way. You know, it's like that Grateful Dead song, Help on the Way. So with that said, I'm going to just get through these horoscopes pretty quickly here. So starting with you, Aries. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. Taurus time. It's about where the money is. It's about securing your values, working with your family, working on your neck, working on your lower face and jaw, and moon in Aquarius to Pisces this weekend. We're going from your social life to kind of maybe laying low over the weekend would be a good idea. And then as we get into the week, the moon's going to be in Aries Monday and Tuesday, so those are going to be your power days this week. And Mars is still in Cancer, so it's just like move with a little bit of caution, and be a good time to sell your weapons. Let's see now. This is Taurus now. Taurus. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, this is the last full week of Taurus. So it's not completely, we have we've got another few days after that in Taurus. So Jupiter's coming in your first house this week. I mean, this is glorious. So as of Tuesday morning, you're going to feel like there's some support, and so for the rest of the year and going into next year, you're going to feel more supported than ever before. And, or at least more supported than you felt in 12 years. That's a positive. And I think a lot of people, especially people like born probably year of the dragon, they're going to feel a little bit more of a sense of support, because that's generally when Jupiter's in Taurus. Feel that, feel supported. We've got, Venus in Cancer. Finding, and Mars is there too, it's like finding love amongst your brothers and sisters, finding love amongst your siblings, finding new ways to express yourself with art. These are good things. Eventually Venus and Mars are going to go through planetary war. I mean, that's not going to be fun. That can create all kinds of confusion, but we're not there yet. So I'm just, everybody chill. And, Venus is far enough away from the sun right now that she's visible, and so we're basking in her glory. We're basking in this love. Venus in Cancer or sidereal Gemini. We want partnerships. We want that feeling of connection, that feeling of family, and being more loving to your neighbors is as well as your siblings, your cousins. Just reaching out and creating more community. It's also, the third house is also about keeping a journal, doing a little bit of artwork, writing a song, working with your hands. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, there's a lot of planets in the 12th house, so there's a lot of karma that you're dealing with, a lot of things that may not be that pleasant, that have been rough, that you're dealing with. It makes me think of one of my Gemini friends who last year had a lot of people pass away on her. It's hard. It's just hard when these things happen. And they can be really sudden. The thing is that you right now are able to work on your career, establish yourself, become more productive in whatever it is that you're doing. And so you're going to get some acknowledgement eventually. Hard work, it may be slow work, but it's going to pay off. And this weekend, the moon's in a good position for you. It's also a good position for you to get out in the public and do your work and help other people. And Mercury going direct on Sunday night is going to be a great relief to you. You're going to move forward with all the things. We want to move forward with all the things so we feel better. And some of those dreams you've had and messages you've gotten from those dreams, well, you're going to see them to fruition. You're going to see that wasn't BS. You were getting signs from the universe that something was up, and it's good to pay attention to those things. I would say continue to pay attention, make donation, find time to be out in wilderness, find time to be alone. So you just keep yourself out of trouble during this period. That's the main thing, Gemini. Stay out of trouble. Greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Venus and Mars in the first house. It makes you look strong and it makes you look beautiful. That's the two things. Two nice things to consider. Sun in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter now moving into Taurus along with the North Node. That's a lot of social life activity. That's a lot of 11th house. This also is wealth that you get from knowing people, like having good connections. Those people will come, maybe buy your products. The money's coming in, and hard work is paying off. And so that's one of the gifts of right now. And we know that the moon gets exalted in Taurus. And so for Cancer, that's a very nice position when the moon's there. But moon's in Aquarius right now. Cancer's relationship with Aquarius is a little bit dubious. It's like, it could be your spouse, once in a while you'll see a Cancer and Aquarius together. Trust me, I don't understand why they ever should have gotten together, but but these are facts. We're just sticking with facts here. And so, moon with with Pluto in the 8th house, there's some deep transformation, and it's like other people have the power today, but over the weekend, moon's going to be in Pisces, so it's like that's going to be a really pleasant moon for Cancers, and it's going to encourage travel and going places, and so that's going to be a lot of niceness. Actually, there's a lot of good fortune this weekend as you head into the week. That good fortune will continue. I think this is going to be a great week for Cancer, to be honest with you. No, there's Leo. It's like, how about a great week for Leo? Well, greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. Like I said last week, most things are focused on your career life right now and your karma with the public. How do you express your talents and skills in your public life? Where are they going to be? What are you doing with them? Now, one thing that's nice is Mercury going direct this week. Mercury going direct is going to help you function better at work. It's going to help you function better in the public. Also, Jupiter moving into Taurus. I mean, it wasn't bad in Aries. It was like kind of exalted, giving you this good feeling. But now it's like, okay, I've learned some stuff. Now I need to apply what I've learned in my career mode, in my workplace, so I can reap the benefits and get some of the money out of this situation. The moon on Friday, at least today, it's romantic. It's romance and being with your loved one, being in your heart. It's a little more transformational over the weekend. You may not necessarily have complete control over a situation. That's okay. Just relax, breathe. Everything's going to be all right. All right. Well. Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. Taurus time is a good time for Virgo. Taurus represents the 9th house. 9th house is foreign travel. 9th house is exotic experiences. It's higher education. It's the father. It's being charitable to others. It's creating the most maximum amount of good fortune. So it's really like a lot of luck this week. Now Jupiter's moving in to your 9th house officially in tropical zodiac season. More good fortune is going to be blessing and laid upon Virgo. You know, Virgo is going to be getting their due. Mercury going direct. There's another relief for Virgo. It's like I said last week. It's like that song by the Grateful Dead. Help on the way. we could always use more help, you know. And then showing gratitude, just having an attitude of gratitude is going to lift up this whole situation. So, yeah, I mean, love is there as you socialize. People are going to appreciate you. I say go forward, Virgo. All right. Greetings, Libra. Okay. Now, let's talk about what's good for you right now. What's good for you is to study things like the occult sciences. Now, I understand some people are very strict and some kind of orthodox fundamentalist practice of religion are like, oh, no, don't go there. That's all of the devil. Well, if you're in the Christian camp, let's remember the 3 wise men were astrologers. So we can't say that they were of the devil. The Jewish calendar is based on moon cycles. So it's like we follow these things. These things are not something to go hooey about. In the Vedic studies in India, they believe that Krishna and Jesus were both influenced by Venus, that Venus was that light. You know, Venus is the one planet that can raise the dead. That energy is able to raise the dead. So I would say maybe open up your mind a little bit and realize that having ritual is a powerful thing. How do you think all these big corporations are able to control the world when they're just a minority of people and the masses are really taking the brunt of supporting them without but they're completely protected? It's not just because they have armed guards and things like that. There's a spirit of realness that keeps everyone in confusion so they don't create a more just world. And that world becomes their oyster as they think of themselves as these wizards of royalty. So Libra, it's your turn to be a wizard of royalty and to transform yourself in your own life. Fast and pray, do things to make things better for yourself, and you will see a change. And really what we carry in our heart, that's the real happiness. Our happiness isn't out there getting this, getting that. It's what we do right here. That's what's going to count. Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. Of course, Taurus time is about the 7th house. And I like to think of the 7th house in a lot of ways as the eye of the hurricane. It's like a storm comes in, suddenly it's calm, and then the other part, 6th house, storm comes in. 7th house, wow, everything's calm and beautiful, I'm in love, my career is moving forward, everything's good. And then all of a sudden, oh, you got to do all this other stuff, other people are in control. 8th house, oh my God, it's all stormy again. So it's a really unique position to be in this beautiful calming of the 7th house. Plus, as you're the 1st house, you're on the outside looking in, Scorpio. So you actually have something that everybody needs right now. You're more of an anchor to the cosmic energy than you've ever been. And so Scorpio's gifts are being noticed. So all of you who are Scorpios, if you're involved in the arts or education or agriculture, leadership, wherever you're massage therapist, whatever you're doing, it can be better, and it will be better and as you're moving forward in this period here. And so look for the good and praise it. Make good allies. If you're in a romantic relationship, pay attention, because a lot of things are going on with your partner right now, and that deserves looking at. Yeah, and sometimes the hardest things bring out the most love. Okay, greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. I think Jupiter moving into Taurus is a big deal, because you've had it really good with Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter in Aries is in the 5th house. That's a karaka. That's an activator for the 5th house. So it doesn't get much better than that. It opens up your heart. It helps your children. It helps you with projects that are creative so you can express yourself and really move forward with that. So it's been good. And right now, Jupiter moving into Taurus saying that, it's time to work on health issues. It's time to get more organized in your life and not deal with chaos. It's time to help your small pets, your uncles and aunts, and to engage in service work where you're giving back so you make some good karma that way. That's really the theme. This weekend, it looks like fun in the neighborhood, maybe a family get-together, working on home projects, kind of introspecting, hanging out with tribe. It's mostly about family, and then you'll get a little boost as we get early in the week, and you'll be like, okay, I'm feeling okay. Greetings, Capricorn. And Taurus works really well for Capricorn. It's an earth sign, it's a 5th house. If you're a Capricorn with children, or Capricorn moon with children, Capricorn rising with children, that's where a lot of energy is going to be at right now. If you've got a creative project that's been on a back burner and you're wanting to present it right now, that's where all the energy is going to be. If you're in a place where you're about to travel on an exotic trip and you're taking more than one stop, that's another place where a lot of this energy could be. And there is a certain kind of wealth, there's a certain kind of empowerment that goes with this. It's also, now that Jupiter is moving into your 5th house this week, that's a karaka, that's an activator of the 5th house. 5th house brings all this being in your heart. The heart is actually more intelligent than the brain. And we live in a society that's all about this. Get them lost in their head, keep them hypnotized, keep them out of here. Because out of here is based on love. And when we're loving, we're giving. We don't have ourselves separated from all the people around us. We're connected with it. We're connected with our environment, the animals, the trees, the water, the air. All of that affects us in this chakra, the middle chakra, the 4th chakra. This chakra, the 6th and the crown chakra, it's confusing in that 6th chakra of the head. It's like, oh wow, hey, I'm enlightened. But if you're up here, you're not grounded. You're not really in the body. This 1st, 2nd, 3rd chakra, they're important too. And the heart unites all of these chakras together. So that is my message for Capricorn. Get in your heart. Quit thinking about nuts and bolts. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Of course, today is an empowered day with Moon in Aquarius for you. I mean, Taurus, you know, one of the things I like is like the Native American tropical astrology is Aquarius is the otter and Taurus is a beaver. So here we have these two intelligent, playful water mammals that we see. And I mean, I know there's sea otters, but there's also, where I live, there's river otters, freshwater otters, and as well as beavers. And sometimes I always thought Taurus and Aquarius is the weirdest relationship, but the Native American astrology sort of helped me understand why that is. Now, Taurus is about your home environment, about your family lineage, about the structure of your house, about your fixed assets. And it's like you want those things to be stable. And Taurus does that practicality, that stable thing. And it's also about feeling good, yeah, and being with your tribe, the people that you feel comfortable with. And for a lot of Aquarians, their tribe is not their family. In fact, Aquarians have a reputation of like kind of nixing their family and just hanging out with the people they like. And you know, I see some Aquarians out there shaking their head. Oh, so true, so true, Cosmic Kev. You know, make it your environment a temple of love, and then extend that feeling of family to everyone that you know. And when we deepen these kind of connections, you know, you'd be surprised at the kind of healing that you promote by doing this. So I see this generally as a week of healing and growth. And so don't be in the stubborn I know, or the Taurus stubborn I have, and just allow yourself to flow freely. Hey, maybe I don't know. I'll be pleasantly surprised. All right. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. As we're wrapping things up here in kind of a rapid-fire horoscope, you know, Neptune can be confusing. But when we meditate, and a lot of people petition God in prayer, but they don't take the time to listen. It's that quiet time. God, if you want to speak to me, you know, let me be receptive to your voice right now. I mean, I think a lot of activities happening among your siblings, a lot of things among your friends, among your neighborhood, among your community, because look at that third house. It's just active as can be. Write things down, journal things. Things are going to become more clear to you. Mercury's going to go direct this week. Jupiter's going to enter into your third house. That's going to expand relationship with old friends. It's going to expand relationships with your siblings. If you've had miffed relationships with your siblings where things haven't been that good, you can put them on the mend this week. Things can get better. And it's about opening your heart. It's about being tender. I find that when people are really just hard and rigid, it doesn't invite much healing. It doesn't really invite a lot of tenderness. A lot of people are like, boundaries. Okay. Pretty soon you'll have so many boundaries that you are self-incarcerated because you are so limited in expanding your comfort zone. So it's like, instead of just boundaries, it's like, let's observe this. Let's observe why something makes me uncomfortable. It's not to say, you know, hang out with dangerous people that are likely to steal from you, or, you know, do a bunch of drugs and drink a lot and have unfortunate erratic behavior that causes trouble for you. But allow yourself to expand yourself to where you create a container where better behavior just exists. It's been said sometimes when you do the right rituals that for love, that people will enter into a presence of love. You know, that's why like people burn sages and incense in places, is to create an atmosphere of sweetness. And so for Pisces, it's like create that environment of sweetness this week. And now Jupiter in the third house, it's not just about things. It's about expanding those things that you've been gifted with and giving them back to your community. And I am so grateful for you. I want to give them back to your community. I want to thank all of you who've commented in the past, Shant, Word, Valerie, Namrita, and others. that you're important. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. I love your comments. Please keep them coming. And I want to see you again when we do this again. KozmicKev100. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Tat Sat.